This is FEAS News, and with you, Armenuhi Hovekimian. Together we have a guest, actually. We are in Iran Farabors, and our today's guest is the Chief Executive Officer of Iran Farabors, Mr. Amir Hamooni. Thank you, Mr. Hamooni, for being with us.
And thank you.
Special thanks for organizing our 8th on-site training of FEAS in your capacities, and with your help, it is a great success for FEAS to have this on-site training with you. Thank you very much.
And it is our pleasure.
You know,
we are proud of FEAS, and because of that, we are happy to have you and the team of FEAS, the exchanges in Iran, and because of that, we are happy here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And let's start to get acquainted a bit more with Iran Farabors. I am impressed what you are doing and all the professional stuff you have. Can you please, a bit in details, tell us what's the major 3 projects you have done within this 10 years? I know you are doing a lot of things, but the major 3 important projects what you have done this year.
We have done the privatization act in Iran via the markets. Most of the privatization process, were done in our market in Iran Farabors. From more than 10 years ago up to now, we have privatized more than 100 companies, and because of that, we have good experience in terms of privatization, and this kind of privatization is our could be a masterpiece of the economy of Iran, and because of that, Iran Farabors had a major role in this kind of process. So for the first step and for the first project we had in 10 years ago, it could be a privatization. And after that, we designed a sukuk market. You know, sukuk, it's a kind of debt market, but in Islamic view. In Islamic finance, though, we have so many sukuks, so many types of sukuks in the markets, and we have good experience about the sukuk in terms of Islamic world. And more than, nowadays, more than 80% of the Iranian sukuk are listed and are traded in Iran Farabors. The government of Islamic Republic of Iran, the companies, the municipalities can go through the market and issue their sukuk into the market and finance their projects. We have this kind of project for the second step, and after that, for the third step, we have done. We invested in technology, because of some limitations with other exchanges and other, technology providers all around the world. We had to stand our own feet. And because of that, we invest in internal technologies, internal universities, from fintech startups, and this kind of ecosystem of the innovations and startups. We developed our systems, our technologies, and because of that, nowadays, thanks God, we can tackle this kind of issue and challenges.
Interesting about technologies and this limitation that you managed to do by yourself, in-house build technologies. to support this high frequency trading, it is really impressive.
Yeah.
And I saw this yesterday, it is really from capital market specialists.
Yeah.
It is really impressive thing. And we will be back to the Islamic finance a bit later because it is a special topic I would like to speak. The next question is, what are you doing now? What project is in a high priority now, and what is the future plans?
Mhm. You know, in terms of Islamic finance, in Quran, more than 30% of the ayats and revealed of Quran belongs to the economics and finance, you know. And because of that, culturally, Iranian people are interested to go to the market directly, and the financial literacy of the Iranian people is getting more high, and they are educated, culturally educated in this kind of issue. So, you know, as I told you, in terms of, you told about algorithmic trading and HFT, more than 15 instruments in our markets are listed traded in our market, passed and ratified by Sharia board of Iran Securities and Exchange Organization. Because of that, we are designed a good market for sukuk, for this kind of, this kind of instruments in the country. You know, in Iran, we don't have any non-compliant Sharia instruments. All of our instruments in the markets are fully Sharia compliant. Yeah.
What is the beauty and what is the difference of Islamic finance in comparison with the general finance that we learn in our universities?
You know, the most important of this difference between the Islamic finance and conventional ones, maybe you heard about the usury and interest. In Islamic world, we don't have any usuries. And about interest rates, we don't have any this kind of contracts. But in Islam, we have a special point of view in the markets about the market failure in terms of game theory models in the economic and econometrics, about the mechanism design of the markets. We don't have any market failure in Islamic views. And Islamic finance puts the real economy and connect the real economy to the financial economy. You know, in terms of Islamic finance, there is a bridge between the real economic and financial sector. And because of that, we don't have any market failure in terms of these kind of views in Islamic finance. And, you know, in our universities, in our higher school, in our primary school, we have special lessons about Quran, about finance, about investing in our markets. We have a special, lessons for our children in the primary school.
And because of that, children of finance starting from the primary school.
Yeah, yeah. And because of that, in terms of financial literacy, we have a good experience. And more than 12 million people all around the country have their trading code, and they went to the markets and invested in our securities, and they have a good level of financial literacy for these kind of investing in the market.
So they all have their
Yeah.
own like applications or the login system to go directly to the market. So
Yeah.
you have a DMA system,
Yeah.
which is really impressive, and so many people are using this. Yeah, impressive market you have. And what
Thank
are
you.
your future plans as Iran Farabors? What are the future like development things you want to do for your market?
Yeah. You know, in Iran, we have two regulators in the financial markets, central bank and Securities and Exchange Organization. In terms of sukuk market, because of the monetary policy of the central bank, these kind of two regulators have to cooperate with those kind of debt markets we have in our Iran Faraburs. And because of that, we studied in interbank markets and bridge the gap between the banking economy and the bank-oriented market to the market-oriented. We are designing a kind of instruments such as open market operation, OMO, I mean, and we are designing the IOMC, Iranian Open Market Committee, to design instruments for governing the sukuk markets for central bank. So from now on, we can work on it, and nowadays we are launching these OMO markets for central bank, and central bank can go directly to the markets. They have direct access to our system, and they can market making in our market. I mean, in our sukuk market. Another project we are going to establish it. Currency markets is currency market. Yeah, you know. Iran Faraburs and Central Bank have established a new company, a new exchange for these kind of currency exchanges.
It is already established?
Established, but not launched. Okay. Yeah. This company was established 2 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago. And because of that, we are now designing the microstructure of the currency market for currency exchanges, and the members of that exchange completely different I mean, from our members in the Iran Faraburs and brokerage companies. We have a special currency exchanges under the supervision of central bank. And because of that, their members can be a member of that company and that market.
So they are mostly currency dealers, and
Yeah.
they are different from the brokerage companies?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
More than 600 currency exchanges, brokerage company, under the supervision of central bank. We have 108 brokerage companies in Iran Faraburs for securities and equity market and debt market, but in central bank we have more than 600 currency exchanges.
Amazing
brokerage.
competition will be there.
Yeah.
What instruments will be in this currency market?
You know, the conventional and all of the currencies can be traded in that market, and we have a special perspective for that market about hedging the risk and the fluctuation of the currencies
So you will need derivatives
against the
market.
real, yeah, the Iranian currency. And we have studied about the derivatives market, option futures, and something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck in your future all developments. They are really impressive. What is your view how the international organizations like FEAS,
Yeah, great.
what role they have in your market and how they are helping you as our member to, to manage your both everyday job or the development things? So what are the international organizations for you?
You know, 4 years ago, we could being a member of FEAS, and this kind of being a member of FEAS is our pleasure for our markets. FEAS is a good federation for Iranian stock exchanges. You know, Tehran Stock Exchange, Iran Fara Bourse Securities Depository of Clearing of Iran, and also TSE-TMC is a member of FEAS. Sharing the experience of other exchanges in the FEAS, I mean, in the working committee and also in annual General Assembly, we have a good experience about this kind of, experience in the member of FEAS, and FEAS could boost our strategy, our perspective in Iran capital markets. And from my point of view, Iran Fara Bourse, as a young stock exchange, could have a good role in the FEAS. And nowadays, you know, we are a member of the board of
having a good role
FEAS, thanks God. And because of that, we thanks all of the FEAS member. And we have so many elites in the FEAS, such as you, Mr. Konstantin, Dr. Marhoun, and also the other board member in the FEAS. We always thanks our colleagues in the FEAS, especially you and Mr. Konstantin.
Thank you very much for this, and we also value your presence in FEAS because there is more diversity, more ideas, and you have some unique experience with your local market, which is something unique. You are dealing with a lot of different limitations, and you are handling this. And your experience is really interesting for us as a secretariat, and for FEAS members that can be also really interesting.
No,
and thank you for your
thank you.
Participation and active participation in FEAS, being a board member, participating in working committee meeting
Thank
as
you.
a deputy chairman. And the last question for you. For all of us, you are known as a charismatic the new era leader and the young leader who is for innovation and for new things. What special things need for new leaders and young leaders to have to boost everything in this world?
I'm not deserved your kind sentences you told. Yes, you know, I proud of my colleagues in Iran Fara Bourse. You know, more than 150 colleagues in Iran Fara Bourse, and all of our colleagues are young. Yeah, they are motivated and interested and energetic persons Iran Farah Bourse, and because of that, first of all, thanks God, and after that, I'm proud of them in Iran Farah Bourse, and we have, so many achievements from 10 years ago up to now, and because of that, I rely on my people and on my colleagues in Iran Farah Bourse. And because of that, we can have this achievement in Iran Farah Bourse.
Thank you very much. So this
Thank
is
you.
a very good point to finalize this. So the great leaders are mostly the leader who are leading their people, the team, and they are communicating like a real team, not like a management and the staff. Thank you very much for
Thank
this.
you.
Thank
Thank
you for
you.
this interview. Thank you for being
Thank
with
you
us.
so much.